We're gonna look at this. Is Armored Core 6 too easy? Is it too easy? I'll tell you one thing. It is if you play the way I do.
So, Video Game Dunkey made a...
See, this guy is smart. Look at this. See this? That's how it's done.
Video on Armored Core. Dunkey is a very large and popular YouTuber, and in his video he criticized Armored Core, basically saying that the game is too easy. His issue with the game was that once he found a build that worked, it worked far too well, and he continued to use that build for the whole game. He made a tank tread dual Gatling build.
Great idea. Brilliant decision.
Now yesterday I made a video talking about my thoughts on Armored Core 6.
Yeah.
It wasn't a review. It wasn't a review because I didn't have any complaints. And it's not really a review if I can't complain about it. But in the comments to that video, I had a lot of people pointing out Dunkey's video and the points that he made in it. Like this comment here. Here's a universally agreed upon criticism about Armored Core 6 that's pretty hard to ignore. Dual Gatling guns and songbirds literally make every other build obsolete. It's too easy to rank your way through the game with those weapons, and it gets boring fast.
I don't agree with that. It doesn't get boring. No, it doesn't. Yeah, it actually has never gotten boring. It's hella boring? Okay, then no, it doesn't. I actually want to try to use, I want to try to use the chainsaw. Because I feel like the chainsaw, like, I had no idea how much fucking damage it did. The chainsaw is fucking disgusting. Like, it is absolutely insane. It's not boring, people are just cucks, yeah. When people say they can't think of a single negative thing about a game, I have to question the sincerity or credibility. Rat has kind of outed himself as a fanboy grifter during the build-up to TOTK. That's the Zelda game. So I'm not surprised. Here's a universally agreed upon. Oh, okay. He just was saying the same thing. Too easy to rank your way through the game with those weapons. It gets boring fast. Yeah, it doesn't get boring.
There's a lot of comments like that that are variations of that same point. That the game is too easy if you use overpowered weapons and builds. So today I want to talk about this because the topic touches on a lot of things.
By the way, like, I've watched a lot of videos of Armored Core, and a lot of the speed kills aren't using either weapon. Actually, some of them use one songbird and one, either like a grenade launcher or like the stun cannon. Yeah, the stun needle. Yeah, so like, I don't know about this.
That I've been meaning to discuss. Things that extend beyond just
I watch a lot of these
Armored
videos,
Core.
Man.
First of all, let's take that main criticism to the side, and we'll get back to it. That main criticism seems to be that Armored Core is poorly balanced. Before I get to that, I want to point a couple things out. First, let's talk about Moog in Elden Ring.
Ooh, nice, nice, nice.
I like Moog. Oh. Moog is one of my favorite bosses. I found his boss fight to be the perfect...
I hate this dick sucker, by the way. I absolutely fucking hate him. Like, this, I hated this fucking boss so much.
Level of difficulty. Very hard, but also one of the best examples.
Because, like, the reason why I fucking hate it is he's only hard because of that fucking, like, the delay attack shit. Like, oh my god, that made me so mad.
Of how these boss fights can go like a dance. His moveset invites you to get in sync with him.
To be fair, like, he is, by the way, it is an incredible thematic experience fighting the boss. Like, I might think that the mechanics are cheesy, but it's an amazing, like, thematic experience.
Plus, I really like his music. He might be my favorite boss in the game. Anyway, my point is, he's very difficult.
Yeah, he is.
But with the right build, you can kill him in seconds.
Yes, true.
A pure magic build using Comet Azure and the Cerulean Hidden Tier
that's smart.
will delete him. And that same combo will work for a huge number of the bosses in the game. It lets you basically circumvent these bosses, circumvent their mechanics, really not deal with them at all. It doesn't work on every boss, but it works on a lot of them. And for the ones that it doesn't work on, you'll still have a lot of...
No, that's actually not true. It does work on all of them.
Powerful spells that will let you...
Sometimes you have to do it 2 attempts.
Have an easier time of those bosses than you would if you were using a normal melee build.
Yes.
Now, does the fact that you can delete Moog in less than 30 seconds mean that he's easy?
And also, Moog has like a very low stun threshold. So you can stagger Moog like crazy. Like, I bet you could probably kill him with melee before he even does the Nihil.
Is Elden Ring easy because a lot of these bosses will succumb to that same strategy?
Yeah, exactly.
In my opinion, no. And it doesn't mean that it's poorly balanced either.
That was a really good
best,
play.
You can make the argument that this
Bro,
specific
we still gotta do this tournament.
thing that you're talking about is poorly balanced. As far as I can tell, the complaint being levied at Armored Core is that if you use the strongest things in a game, the game is a lot easier than if you don't use the strongest things in the game. Now, let me tell you why I didn't mention the tank treads or the dual Gatlings or the Songbird grenade launchers. And this will lead me to my second point. It is because I didn't know. I decided I wanted to play with a lightweight mech, and I've been playing with a lightweight mech pretty much the entire time I've been playing. I want it to be a light, melee-oriented build. I do a lot of customization and tuning to that mech, but my goals are to make the mech more effective or stronger or better at dealing with specific situations, while remaining within the confines of still being a lightweight mech. And my build simply didn't have room for heavy grenade launchers or Gatling guns.
Yeah, sure.
When I'm playing a game for the first time, I don't look things up. I'm not interested in what the community has decided are the best builds or the best weapons.
I don't like to look shit up either. Like, the only time I will ever look something up is like if I am just beating my head against the wall and I just can't figure it out. I'm just like, I mean, bro, I spent 7 fucking hours on that spider before I said maybe I should do something differently. Like, that's 7 hours straight. And I woke up the next day, I said, I'm going to do it again. The verge of quitting is whenever you look it up. Yes. But until then, I don't look up shit.
I want to go in, figure things out on my own, and then relay my experience in videos. Let's go back and look at that comment that I showed you before. The commenter says that it's a universally agreed upon criticism that these weapons are overpowered and make everything else obsolete. And my question to people making
like,
this...
I don't know, like, I'm saying, like, again, I think this is just, like, such a not true thing. I really think this is not a true thing at all, because, like, all the videos that I see about Armored Core 6 are people using the stun cannon from the worm, people using the pile driver, people using the fucking chainsaw. Like, I don't even think it's true, the Zimmermans. I think that's more of a PvP thing. I'm talking about, like, boss kills. Yeah, I just, like, I don't even think this is true.
Complaint is, first of all, how do you know that? Why do you know that it's a universally agreed upon complaint?
Because you looking shit up.
If you're like Video Game Dunkey, and you're fiddling with your mech, and you happen to make a build that's overpowered, and that overpowered build makes your game less fun,
you can dodge those.
makes it too easy and mindless, and it's so effective that you have trouble tearing yourself away from using it, then you know what? Yeah, I agree with you. That's not good. That's bad. But I have a suspicion that most of the people making that complaint didn't
went on to Google. Let's look it up on the Google right now. Let's see what the searches are. Armored Core 6 builds. Number 1. Number fucking 1. Yeah, let's see. B, best builds. Balteus guide. Balteus. Best builds. Battle log locations. Best early build. Boss guide. Balteus build. Bro, Balteus has got people. It's got people stressing. Oh my god, yeah. Bro, people look this shit up all the time.
Discover this on their own. In order for you to know that it's a universally agreed upon criticism,
you have to
less than a week after the game's released, is because you've been looking at forums. You have been engaging in discussions where they talk about what's most effective.
Right.
I don't believe that these people all discovered it on their own.
No.
There is probably a significant chunk of them that went looking for what's the most powerful things, and then having used the most powerful things, are now dissatisfied with their experience. Now, all of that said, let's get back to the main point. Are these weapons and builds overpowered? Are they disproportional to the other kinds of builds that you can make, and will lead to a poorly balanced experience?
God, those things are such dick suckers. God, bro, like, oh my God, they're so annoying. I hated this fucking mission so much.
Yeah, probably. These people are probably right. I still haven't used them, and now I'm less inclined to. But it is likely the case that these builds and weapons are disproportionately strong. The ideal
I
situation...
remember whenever I played Elden Ring as a magic user, it was like I was playing a different game. Everything that I thought was hard actually wasn't hard. Like, it just wasn't a problem at all. Any boss, same solution. I had like 50 different spells, and I could decide which one do I want to kill this boss with. And the best thing about that is, you know how all these fucking magic users in these games act like they're smart? Bro, magic is the most brain-dead shit in the game.
In Armored Core, I think, is that you'll have different mech types, and these different types will struggle against different things. And that when you come up against something that's tough, you can ease the burden on yourself by making adjustments to your mech.
I do think that you can counter the build that I was playing by playing a ranged build. I do think so. Like a ranged laser-based build, I think you could easily do that.
And so if people have made these tank tread builds, and there's nothing in the game that's encouraging them to switch it up even slightly, that's not good.
Yeah.
And if that's what's happening, I hope that From Software addresses it in balance patches in the near future.
I think that if everybody is playing one thing, then yeah, they should change it for sure. But the truth is that that's always what's going to happen. I mean, it is. Like, most people in Elden Ring, there's probably like a handful of weapons that everybody uses, and that's it. I mean, shit, it makes sense. The Blood Katana all over again. Yeah, exactly. They call it meta for a reason. Yeah, Bloodhound Step. There it is. Moonveil. Rivers. I mean, that shit used to be OP like a year ago. I'm pretty sure it's not anymore. But yeah, there's always going to be a meta in a game.
But whether they are or not, I'm not sure that makes all the other builds obsolete. I certainly didn't feel obsolete with my lightweight mech throughout the whole game.
Yeah.
The biggest hurdle for me was at the Chapter 4 boss. I got really stuck there. But with minimal adjustments, I came up with a solution. I made a mech that dealt with the problem, without resorting to going to a different style of mech completely.
Look at that damage, bro.
My fast
like,
melee,
look at that shit.
without resorting to going to a different...
Jesus Christ, bro. That's the javelin? That's fucking insane. I'm telling you guys, like, these melee weapons are disgusting. Oh, that's the pile bunker? Yeah, I couldn't tell.
Style of mech completely.
Yeah,
My
I see it
fast
now.
melee-oriented mech could deal with that boss in seconds.
Yeah,
that really
look at
doesn't
that.
look obsolete to me.
Holy
If some things in the
shit.
game are overpowered, then fine. They're overpowered. I hope From Software brings out some patches to balance those overpowered things. But I don't think that means that the game is easy, or the combat mindless. It might just mean that you happened upon a particularly easy and mindless way to play.
No, I completely fucking agree with him. I think that you can apply this logic to literally any other Dark Souls game, Elden Ring, or Demon Souls. This is the exact same thing.
And if you went out looking for overpowered things and found them, then this is a self-inflicted problem.
Yeah, good job.
And not one that's being universally shared by all players.
That was a good
Anyway,
knowledge.
that's the end of this video. As always, thank you very much for watching.
What a great video. He's totally fucking right. I love this guy's channel. I'm gonna link you guys. Radikosker. This guy is great. He's made Souls content for years. Years. Yeah, short and concise, can't make everyone happy. Bro, it's like people look up cheat codes for Grand Theft Auto and then they get bored of the game in a half hour. Like, that's what happens with this. And it's like, yeah, I think that it's kind of like you can cheat yourself. Like, whenever I finally beat the spider with like that new build, I felt like I felt stupid. Like, I felt stupid because I existed, you know? Like, I felt stupid for existing because of how easy it was. It was such a joke, man. So, like, I don't know. I mean, but, like, with Elden Ring, it's the same. Like, I went back and I've played, because, like, now I know, like, I've watched, like, 100 Elden Ring videos, a few of them by this guy, and I know what the best builds are. I know what the best stats are. I know how to play the game. So, like, whenever I play the game, you know, it's going to be easier because I know what I'm doing. It's not that simple, right? Or it's not that complicated. Damn. It's quite a bit worse than it was with Elden Ring in this case, though. You think it's worse? Dude, I think Elden Ring was way worse than this. Elden Ring was way worse than this. Yeah, like, you hit one button in Elden Ring, you kill a boss. Full health. This is on the, now. This is on the randomizer run. One button. One button. One button. One button. Just one button. That's it. Just one button. That's it. Just one. Just one. No more. Just one. One button. Be dead. That's right. I knew I could do it. Yeah, that's way easier than Armored Core.